Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to a reading for November 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Gemini. In your current general energies, you have this regeneration card and this yin energy card. Yeah, definitely, I would say if you need time to like heal, rest, relax, recover, I would definitely take some resting, relaxing, recovering time. These eclipses have been heavy, so, and, again, you might be watching this before the next one, so, which is at the end of October, and, I would just say, like, take some time for yourself, and don't, like, try to rush things here, again, the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands are at least very good cards, so there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you. The Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare. It's kind of weird because just intuitively, I feel that you are fearing repeating something that happened like a long time ago. This could be like maybe you lost a bunch of money a long time ago, or maybe you, tried to start your business and it didn't work out, or maybe you got into a relationship and it didn't work out. And here you go, you have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you're afraid of repeating a cycle, but I don't think that you are going to repeat a cycle. To me, this is kind of like saying, yeah, maybe you're entering into a time that looks very familiar, right? Maybe the reason the fear is coming up is because you're doing something that you've done before, but really, you're much older, you're wiser, you gained some insights the first time that you did something, right? And I kind of feel that this reading is saying that's what you need to realize with this Nine of Swords, is that you've already done something before. You learned what not to do. So I would let go of the fears, especially if this is love, because we go down to that Two of Cups to the Emperor. So you really could be attracting like an Emperor person. It could be an Aries, could be any sign. This is a general reading. I feel like you've been getting Aries with me a lot. You also have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo with the Wheel of Fortune, or Sagittarius. You have Leo again with the Strength card. So, whatever. It could be any sign. And but again, I feel like this is saying this time's going to be different. And that's really the message I get there. You have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups to me is a card of thinking about the past, but it doesn't necessarily represent going back to the past. The other thing I think people miss with the Six of Cups is that it's an energy of needing to tap into your inner child. There are these two children here, and children are not like afraid to ask questions, right? Their children always ask why. So, I think that we're in a time of curiosity, and also going this way, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords represents only seeing one way of doing things when there are a bunch of ways that you could do anything. So if you are feeling stuck in any area of your life, I would start asking why or questions about like whatever area of your life you're stuck in, because that's probably how you're going to find some answers on how to get unstuck. You have the Four of Wands here, and again, there definitely could be love. Six of Cups can be a soulmate. You have the Two of Cups, which could be a soulmate. This could also say that you are clear about like a Leo that needs to be in your life if it's a Leo. But the Queen of Swords has come up for almost everyone during these monthly readings. Again, I think specifically the eclipse we had in Libra in the middle of the month of October was really one that probably maybe brought in some clarity, or just kind of made us understand like where we can invest our energy, where we shouldn't invest our energy, things like that. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. Again, I feel like maybe you are afraid of repeating a cycle, like I said, of like a liar, cheater, stealer. So if you had a liar, cheater, stealer in the past, I feel like you need to understand that not every single person is the same. So if you want love, then, I feel this is saying that you need to realize that not everybody is exactly the same. The other thing I would say is that the Seven of Swords is really a card of tactics. It's a card of being tactical. He is normally stealing those swords from an army on the Seven of Swords. So it kind of represents, doing something in a better way. It's like instead of going to war, he's stealing the swords. So, again, with the Eight of Swords, I'd say is as well in your reading, if you're trying to accomplish anything at all, is there a better way to do it? Or is there a way to do it where you're not like attacking it head on? With the Six of Cups, you have the World. The World is, of course, an accomplishment. So you have two portal cards here, I'd say. Really three, actually, with the Four of Wands. So whenever we have these portal cards, to me, they represent, obviously, stepping through a portal. You can even say this Control card. It looks very similar to the World. So, there could be like some sort of portal or a transition or a shift that's coming in for you. I also feel you could be attracting a person from a distance as well. With the Four of Wands, you have the Lovers. There you go. Definitely love coming into you. Again, I feel like you're clear about maybe like the type of love you want or the type of person you want or whatever. The Lovers is you. So it's kind of like you showing up in a very strong position when you show up as yourself. And, I kind of feel like you are heading in the right direction here. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Coffin card and this Occupation card. There could be a new occupation coming in for you. A lot of people have been getting stuff about new work. So, again, I do feel like work is changing over the next several years. I think a lot of people, even if you don't think that your work is going to change, I guarantee you it's going to change in some way. Hopefully for the better, of course. But, if there are any new opportunities or any different ways that you could do things in your life, I would start tapping into those opportunities because they're probably going to be very valuable to you, especially if you're getting like a new opportunity. This could be an opportunity where there is a lot of competition for it. You have the Five of Wands, but you go to the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment card, which tells me that you should not run away from competition. I feel like there could be maybe a job opportunity, like that could lead to a raise or a promotion, or it could just be a new job. And maybe there is a lot of competition. But to me, this is saying you need to go for it because it could be very successful. This could be anything where there's a lot of competition. It could even be like a person where there's a lot of competition. But I kind of feel like something is for you. The Judgment card is your purpose, or it's something that you are being called to. So I feel like you are being called to something better in your life. You have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups can represent a perfect match. So I kind of feel that there is a perfect match coming in for you here. And it could be in love. I feel it is probably your emperor or your empress. Take it how it resonates, whatever. This person, they could be man, woman, whatever. And I feel they're just showing up as the empress or the emperor here, right? So they could be someone who just takes control, or maybe they're coming in a leadership position. Maybe they, just take the lead. So I feel like it could be that type of person. Everybody's been getting the Two of Cups for like 2 years now. And again, Two of Cups is meant to represent someone who's very different than your usual type. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be attracting a person who is different than what you would normally go for. You have the Eight of Swords here. Yeah, I really feel like you need to open up to all the ways of doing something. That will probably change your life, going this way. I feel like this is true for everyone. I mean, everyone gets these messages of needing to innovate, needing to, try new things. And again, with Pluto going into Aquarius, officially at the end of next year, it kind of makes sense. So, that's what I'll say about that. But let's see where this is going for you. With the Five of Wands, you have the Four of Cups here. I personally like this Four of Cups because, this is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. You could be attracting a person who really, really, gives to you in a love situation. So it could be a very giving person that you're attracting. This could also, Four Cups is a card of contemplation and apathy, but it's kind of a card of like dissatisfaction. And, I feel if you've been dissatisfied here, there's something more satisfying entering into your life. With the Two of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says don't give up. Keep pushing towards whatever it is that you're working on. You will be successful. So definitely don't give up at this time. I also feel if you, again, want love here, that you should let down your guard a little bit. The Nine of Wands can represent, the wounded warrior. So the Nine of Wands could say that you're being a little bit too guarded. Outside of love, I would also encourage you to experiment. Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So to me, the Nine of Wands is an amazing card for, trying new things, doing things differently, experimenting, all that other good stuff. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Temperance card here. Could be a Sagittarius that you're attracting for sure. The Temperance card also can represent turning a situation around. I really feel you have the power going this way specifically because the Wheel of Fortune is kind of an energy of taking control of your fortunes. The Wheel of Fortune to me is kind of like an action, you have 2 control cards here. So let's move on to this row, which is going to represent what's coming towards you. You have this Convention card and this Control card. The Control card is a card of achievements. It's kind of like the World card. The World is Capricorn. This World card, this Convention card, the Control card is Jupiter in Capricorn. So I feel for a lot of you, It's almost like you have the world here twice. And I feel like it's saying there are achievements that could be coming in for you. Again, it's funny, everyone gets this convention card as well. Or gets like the King of Pentacles, for example, which is a card of convention. Convention just represents the way things have always been done, right? So I think we're in a time where if we're stuck, we need to try something new. I would say, I follow like the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I do what works, what has always worked, like in work and business and health and everything. But like 20% of the time, I try new things, right? And I think that's like the recipe for success right now is to like 20% of the time, try something new, try something different, try a new technique in your business or your health or, with your love life or whatever, right? I would be trying something new because I feel like that's one of the ways we can take control. You have the Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Emperor. Again, the Wheel of Fortune, I see as something that we need to take control of. The wheel is always spinning. But if you're not in control of the Wheel of Fortune, then it can just spin in whatever direction it wants, forward or backwards. And with the Temperance card here, I would definitely encourage you to take control. We can take control with our vibrations. There's a snake right here, so we can change our vibration. That will take control. There are each one of these Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo, these 4 signs around the card. They have books that they're holding on to, so education. You also have the Sphinx right here, which represents the mysteries of the universe. So you can learn about the mysteries of the universe, or even better than that, I kind of believe we're in a time of curiosity as well. So if you become curious about some sort of mystery that exists in the world, I think it's an amazing time to, look into mystery, to try to learn new things. The other thing we can do with the Wheel of Fortune is when good things are coming our way, we can double down on the good things. When bad things are coming our way, we can take care of them quickly. So that is like one of the best ways to take control of your life, is to not run away and not hide from the bad things, the challenges. Take care of them faster, and the good stuff, double down on it. Make more of it, whatever the good stuff is, right? And if you do that, then you're taking control, which you need to do right here. You have the Emperor. On one hand, I do feel that you could be attracting an Emperor type person. I feel like this is someone who really gives to you. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to either. Again, I was getting that. Like, it could be a man, woman, whatever gender, it doesn't matter. And, but what is standing out to me is that the Emperor has this water that is flowing behind him here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see it there. And the water flows down to the Empress, and so it kind of represents a person who can enter into your life where it's like their energy flows to you, So like a very generous, giving person that you could be attracting, or it could just be a person where you kind of energize each other, and, I think that's definitely a good type of connection. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands is about enthusiasm, and I would say this reading needs a little bit more enthusiasm, right? So again, sometimes I feel with the Page of Wands that we just need to invite more enthusiasm into our life. This could be new opportunities, or if you get excited about something, then you should start like working on it. And again, I say this all the time because I believe that the time we're in right now, we need to get away from the dry energy and we need to move towards excitement, love, what our heart is telling us to do, all that other stuff. And I'm not even talking about love with a person. I'm talking about, what do you love? What fills your heart, And those are the things I'd be working towards right now, or trying to add more of those things into your life. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Magician. Yes, you have control over the wheel. The Magician has control over his reality. He is the true manifester in the tarot, and he is able to manifest things that he wants very quickly. He's also able to create worlds, with his words. And same thing with the World card. The World card has that sorceress in the middle. She has 2 wands. One is like the wand that the Magician has. She's able to use her powers of manifestation. The other one is just more like, grounded. She's able to manifest things with actions as well. She can do both. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying use all the tools at your disposal, everything you're good at. He has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. He uses everything. He doesn't just use one energy, right? He works with all the energies, and I feel that's what could be making you more successful right now. With the Emperor, you have the 7 of Cups. A lot of people getting the 7 of Cups right now. I kind of feel like we're in a very dreamy time. Again, we do have Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is a very dreamy energy. But what I would say is, for you, Gemini, I kind of feel like this is saying you need to stop dreaming and you need to manifest something on earth. He's normally looking at those 7 cups that exist above his head, but he needs to bring those cups down to earth, or it could just be one cup that he needs to manifest. Really, the challenge with him is that there's good things and bad things in those cups. So he kind of is looking at all the good stuff and the bad stuff, but when he is imagining creating something, but he doesn't actually know how things are going to turn out. He just needs to put the work in and make it happen. So there you go. Next, in the area of the good stuff, doesn't matter what shows up here, it's going to be good no matter what. You have this artist card. It says, creative endeavors can help improve your cash flow. Yes, I am a huge fan of creativity right now. Doesn't even have to be artistic necessarily. If you are creating anything, again, it could lead to a lot of success. So there you go. You have this card that says, let go. I mean, really let go. There's something better on the horizon. You have the Judgment card here. So again, the Judgment card, we'll talk about it, but it is a card of kind of letting go of the past so you can have something better. We'll talk about it right now. These people right here, they are standing inside their coffins. The coffin kind of represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And they're being called to step out of the coffin and step into their new life. And that's what I feel like is going on here, is that you're being called to something greater, and that might mean that you have to let go of things. And again, this is very much that eclipse that we just had, was, I think, in Libra, I'm talking about. So if you're watching this in November, it was in the middle of October. But what I would say is that eclipse was all about kind of like letting go of one thing so you can have something better in your life. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is something new. I kind of feel good news coming in here as well. So, if you've been waiting for good news, or I'm also hearing good outcome. So if you've been working towards something for a long time and you've been hoping for a positive outcome, it looks to me like you could be attracting some sort of positive outcome here, especially if you've been like really putting the work into something, with this right here. Excuse me, with this occupation card. I also think that it's interesting that you have this coffin card. The coffin door is closed on this coffin door, on this coffin card. It kind of reminds me of the Lenormand. In the Lenormand card reading system, for the most part, the coffin card, the coffin door is always closed. The coffin in the Lenormand kind of represents needing to step into a new life, just like we have right here. So, I feel it's time for you to step into something new. We are in a time of self-education as well, I believe. Quickest way to become successful is to develop some sort of interest, right, and learn as much as you can. Become an expert, basically, on something. I would take it one step further. I think the secret sauce for the for the next 20 years, basically, is if you want to become super successful, learn about something, apply your own experience to it, and then share your experience. I'm telling you right now, it's like it's like one of the things that I think is going to lead to the most success over the next 20 years or so. Everybody's worried about AI and everything like that, but as I always say, one thing AI can't do is it really can't have a human experience. So if you can apply your own story to that, there's so many things you can do if you can apply your own story to something, right? You could start a YouTube channel where you talk about it. You could start a business, and just your own, having the story of your experience will automatically attract more people. It's like proven scientifically that story attracts people to your business, right? So there's like so many things. I could go on and on about it, but what I would say is, I just gave you the secret formula. So there you go. You have the Strength card. I feel like you've been very patient, but I feel like you're done being patient. I actually feel like this is a good thing. I kind of feel like you're, kind of like a little bit antsy, like in a good way. So I feel like this energy is making you move. I feel this energy, this antsiness that I'm kind of getting here is motivating you to action. So I kind of feel that you're being motivated to action for something better that's on the horizon, like that card says. With the Strength card, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is all about following your heart. Everybody gets the Queen of Cups nowadays as well. She's gone. Everybody gets the Queen of Cups nowadays, and I always say that I think that we are in a heart-based time where we have to follow our heart. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords with the Page of Pentacles would be taking the risk. I also believe that we are in a time of taking a risk, but the risk that we have to take is the risk of being wrong, right? If you tell your parents that you want to leave medical school so you can go start your own brownie factory or something like that, people are going to tell you you're crazy. But it's like, that's kind of the time that we're in. We're in this time where it's like, we don't have to have traditional jobs anymore, right? They're probably going away. The robots are probably going to take over anyway. So it's like, the only thing we can do is probably something else, right? Like do something that we actually care about, like make the best freaking brownies that ever existed, right? So, I would say here, like, don't be afraid to take the risk. It's actually probably the right move, not the wrong move, whatever this is. I'm also getting moving. Like some of you might want to move. And maybe people don't want you to move, but I would do it anyway. With the Judgment card, what do you know? You have the King of Cups. You have the King and Queen of Cups in your reading. So divine counterparts. She showed up right here. So it's kind of like what I feel as far as love is concerned. This could be like a person that you've been waiting for. So I kind of feel like you could be attracting the type of person that you've been waiting for. There you go. You have this funnel card, says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. I believe we are in a funnel, plain and simple. I think this is the energy right now, but it's kind of like, I would call it more, I think a better way to describe it is course correction. It's like if you move one direction, you get frustrated, then try to come back to the center, right? And then maybe you correct to this side and then come back to the center. Eventually, you're going to funnel in to something that will make you very successful. So it's like if you're trying to start a business, for example, I think it would be okay right now at this time to start very wide and then funnel in. Most business advice nowadays says start, narrow and then go wide. I would actually go the other direction right now just because of the energy. So I would try a couple of things, see what works, whatever works, double down on it. When you double down on what works, you're kind of narrowing your funnel, which is actually a good thing. You're kind of focusing your energy into something that actually works. And, I hope that makes sense. That's what I'd be doing right now. That is what I do. You have this hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. You have that occupation card. Wouldn't surprise me if you're starting something new. You have this caterpillar. It says, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes, it is crazy. It's like, obviously I can't title, well, I could, but I can't title every single one of my readings major change or change coming, but we're in a major change time. Like literally every single person has had something about significant change. You have the coffin, you have the judgment card. So it's not like I'm making this up, right? There's definitely some, and you have this card right here. It's like everybody gets these cards of change. We're just in a major change time. We're in between eclipses right now. If you're watching this in November, we're after the eclipse. Doesn't matter. Eclipse energy lasts for a long time. You have this October card, and you have this fire card. It says strong emotions, passionate, love, or hate. So you could have had strong emotions, or if you're still watching this in October, you could be having strong emotions towards something. I would pay attention to it, because again, if you love something with the Queen of Cups, I would be moving towards what you love. And finally, you have this broken ring card. It says parting of the ways, either in romance or business. There's definitely a change, something that you're leaving behind. Nine of Swords, some sort of never-ending cycle. Eight of Swords, probably the way that you have been doing things all along. And the coffin card, major change coming in for you. And I feel like it's leading to something better on the horizon. So love it. Thank you for being here, Gemini, and definitely enjoy your month.